I'm Teresa, and I innovate for good.
I innovate for good.
And I innovate for good.
And I innovate for good.
I am Shreya. I innovate for good.
What drives me to keep going, although high school might be stressful, I really want to get through it because my main goal in life is to get into med school so I could eventually work for Doctors Without Borders and help people who are less fortunate.
I'm a young entrepreneur, but I don't want that to hinder me. So whenever I hit an obstacle, I remember how far I've come, and I look at my past to the student who was inspired by science and just enjoyed discovery, and remember why I'm here, and that my research, no matter what happens, will hopefully eventually have a global impact.
Motivated is, I always think that if I just sit in my room and don't do anything, I'm not going to ever make it anywhere. I'm never going to be successful, and I have to put myself out there if I want to have wonderful opportunities and meet the people that I need to in order to succeed.
Probably because we are young. People might not take us as seriously as they would someone who's 25, 30 years old. I think that's the main obstacle we have to deal with.
Major issue that I've had to overcome is funding for these projects, because not everyone has $15,000 or $10,000 that they have sitting around that they'd love to donate to a worthy cause. So it's really, you have to get out there, meet people, and do financing through a variety of different sources, as well as meet the people that you need to in order to achieve this.
People are my age have trouble getting people to take things seriously. So I think that's a really big challenge, just to show people that we are capable of doing things, and we are capable of innovation. I think actually one of the biggest issues in a developed country is drug abuse going on a completely different side of the spectrum, because a lot of the times citizens who do have issues in terms of drug abuse, if they weren't addicted to those medications, they would be able to contribute more to society.
Toronto really does need attention on their healthcare system. Many people do look at Canada as an amazing healthcare system, but there's so many behind the scenes things that we don't really know about.
With volunteering, like go to hospitals, go to small places, see the experience, try out something new. You might like it in the future, and that might probably create a change. And there's a quotation, be the change that you want to see, so probably.
I think there's a global need for equality in terms of education, and I think that a lot of the world's problems can simply be solved by education. So violence, poverty, lots of things like that can be stopped if we're all just educated.
The biggest global need, I think, is probably poverty. Almost half of the world's population is living in poverty.
Places like India, China, Africa, those places, they do not have adequate and proper healthcare. So the least we can do is try to help them in some way or another.
The largest thing that I've got out of today at the Innovate for Good event is really about how to make goals, plan things, and how to bring visions into actions. And actually one quote that we were told today that I really liked was that vision without action is a daydream, but action without vision is a nightmare. And that's really true. And from this whole process, I've learned how to effectively plan and set goals that are attainable and that we could reach them to make change in our communities.
The number one thing I'm gonna take away from this is the experience. It's sitting down in a room talking to professionals about what they do best, about how they've tried to change the world, and inspiring me to change the world and make it a better place for everyone.
I think that the Innovate for Good community is really amazing because it gives me a lot of networking opportunities, so I'm able to speak to more people, maybe start new things, I guess bring up ideas. I came into this thinking, it's just going to be a conference, I'll probably learn a thing or two, but now I'm really excited about, I guess, getting my idea out there.
I'm actually surprised I didn't think of this idea. It's amazing because technology these days, it's growing like that, and especially working with Microsoft, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
My name is Jessie McElvine. I am passionate, and I innovate for good.